Over 60 athletes have been narrowed down to the strongest, fastest, and the downright foolhardy. First to face stage 2 is MixTrix, one of the many newcomers still in the competition. Known as a very competent parkour player on Hollow Cube, he'll be the first to try to keep their hopes of victory alive, and this course is radically different from the past, beginning with something new: catch and release. Move the poles across by doing the head hitters, and that dismount also can't be underestimated. The bubble columns are back. It's tripped up a few before. Patrick Starskin in his element here, rising quickly and efficiently, no wasted movements. V formation now going through, the gimmick here being that you can barely jump. Gotta hop through the V's with what little space you can cross, and MixTrix making light work of the new obstacles. It's hammer time. This is the hammer drop. It's eliminated many athletes, some of whom might be facing it again later. He struggled to climb on top, but getting the distance is much easier. And now for the ultimate time waster of the stage, Leaps of Faith. This one can be hard to wrap your head around. Gotta tap 3 buttons scattered across the ledges, but there's just so many alternating routes to take. It'll all come down to how effectively these athletes can manage their time and find an optimal path. MixTrix looking confident in their aim with the mid-air taps, and getting around the last ledge, he's gonna send a Neo and gets it, catching that vine with his teeth. One obstacle remains, the falling shelves, the make or break. Neo around each shelf and precisely land on the next. And now for the reverse grab. Oh, he hits the shoulder in the frame! And our first runner for the episode, MixTrix, tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, that's just what can happen here on Minecraft Ninja Warrior. From 67 down to just 15 contenders, only the best of the best remain. In this final episode for the season, we'll be covering those still standing, as they make their way through Stage 2, and any survivors will take on Stage 3, which only one person has cleared before. And I don't think we should waste any more time, as we're moving on to our next runner, Pokemon Master the Landscape Photographer. Coming into this season as more of a PvP player, he's very good at Battle Box on MCC Island, and he's certainly proven that he's more than a one-trick. He's here to keep his great rookie season alive. 4 competitors have made it to Stage 3 as rookies in the past, 2 of them will be even running later. He sprinted straight through catch and release in the blink of an eye, a minute 45 on the clock in total, but this stage is more about skill than speed. On V formation, getting a grasp of the mechanics on this one can be tricky. Oh no! Just like that, Pokemon Master drops like a rock. There's 5 V's scattered in the air, and the transition to the 4th is the only diagonal one. It's the hardest to do, and Pokemon Master's jump fell just short. Our first 2 runners may not have had much experience on this stage, but this is someone who certainly has that and more. GoodMorninCam, Cam38, Brainish, whatever you want to call him. With 5 appearances, his resume is stacked with skills and knowledge. The only thing missing on that resume is a Stage 2 buzzer. He's been as far from a clear as the 4th obstacle and as close as the penultimate one. Flying past, not falling in the gaps. A lot of different obstacles have been his downfall, including the hammer drop and the falling shelves, both of which he might have a rematch with later on. Swift and efficient rises up the columns. Pokemon Master has already demonstrated that V formation is no joke. Lock in, and he gets the diagonal jump. Cam is locked, folks. Zero hesitation and no fear with that tough transfer. And he's confronting the first of his demons now, hammer drop. He couldn't climb up top in the previous season, but this time he'll get up. And he gets the far leap too, hitting that trapdoor clutch. KoriSneako watching on the sidelines, he's taking notes, because he'll be running later. And we're in sub-minute territory now. Here on the Leaps of Faith, it's all about efficiency. The less time you spend on this obstacle, the more time you'll have for the falling shelves. 2 out of 3 of the buttons have been hit, and that backtracking method is a route I'm sure we'll be seeing a decent amount down the line. How Cam gets to the other side, going for an undertech and catches that vine behind his back, minimizing that risk tenfold. Cam versus the falling shelves. Round 2, who will come out on top? Now for the reverse grab. Hit this shit. It's looking good. It's looking incredible. Buckets of time. Cam slipping and sliding down the water slide and ascending the final wall. 5 attempts, and on lucky number 5 he finally gets a stage 2 buzzer. They said he'd never do it. They said he was destined to be stuck on stage 2, and Cam the Man proved them all wrong. He'll be heading over to stage 3 alongside any other clears, and we'll see if he can keep his unbelievable season alive. Numero Runner Quattro is another newcomer who had no problem with stage 1, Piezo, the only sprint player. I mean, it makes sense, the only sprint player can do the speed course, who's surprised? But this stage is much different. It places a significant emphasis on skill and technical ability, and she's utilizing a technique called bursting to get through easily, where you crouch whilst running and hop the gap. Very clever. We saw MixTrix do the same thing earlier. You really can't afford to slip up on the bubble columns, ascending quickly to avoid a time crunch later down the line. Piezo taking on V formation with more caution, past the first 2 onto the 3rd, and gets a good jump across. One more transfer, now the dismount, get out of there. Hammer drop was definitely the killer of stage 2 last season. It took out 4 veterans. I'm wondering how deadly it'll be this season, but some of these rookies are making it look like a cakewalk. Time for the leaps of faith with a minute remaining. How much time will Piezo use up here? Top only sprint players have exceptional aim, and she's confident enough to tap that button mid-air instead of going for the safer method with the vine grab. Let's see if she can repeat that. She will, no problems. And all 3 buttons have been pressed, going for the back vine, wrapping around, succeeding with the Neo. Now for the final test of falling shelves. 4 big moves, bring each shelf down, land and repeat. The first 3 have front-facing ledges and aren't too hard. It all comes down to the reverse grab, and that jump was solid enough to get through, linking straight to the rope. Piezo sliding down the water slide. It'll be close between her and Cam's times, but her climb up is quicker, and Piezo is gonna make it back-to-back clears on stage 2. She put her only sprint skills to great effect for the first obstacles, racing through them, and easily hit the reverse grab. This rookie is one to watch out for on stage 3. The next competitor has the opportunity to make it 3 clears in a row. Fuck, it's Kori. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the triple clear is happening. Kori is about to ruin this in the dumbest way possible. I can feel it. The Furry Overlord, he's been on this stage twice, back in seasons 3 and 6, both times. He did pretty bad, honestly. Last season was his best result ever in the competition. He was one of the many victims of the hammer drop, and he set his mind this time to taking revenge on that obstacle, but first, it's gotta beat V formation. These jumps look very simple, but with being able to hardly jump, they're much scarier in person. He gets the diagonal jump, one more, and Kori's in the clear. Imagine if he missed that dismount. It's a very Kori thing to do. Back to hammer drop. Last time his grip gave out on the hammer, and he's holding on much tighter now. He's learned a thing or two about holding on tight. Gets the jump too. He's been surprisingly quick as well, a full minute for the last 2 obstacles, but this is where things can get intense. The more time you waste here, the more panic sets in for the end. He does seem to be taking it rather slowly because he's realized he can afford to go slow, and I genuinely don't think anyone's gonna go for anything besides the backtrack route. That's just how much safer that method is. The final ledge has been unlocked. Let's see if Kori can get to the other side and stay dry, sending the Neo. He hangs on by his fingertips. How the fuck has he made it here? The final obstacle. He didn't even pay me for a good result, but his time is running thin. That's something you really don't want on the falling shelves. 20 seconds left. You can't let the nerves get the best of you. Feel the reverse. No! The last move ends Kori's season in shock. Whilst in the air, it looks like Kori shifted his momentum around a bit too much, causing him to fall just short. I did predict he'd ruin the triple clear, but not like that, holy shit. Moving over from one competition host to the next is the last bedrocker, Jackistrash. And despite being the last bedrocker, he's not even playing on Bedrock, he's actually on Java this time, for whatever reason. Rather strange decision, considering he reached stage 3 last season, but we'll see if this odd tactical maneuver pays off. That's a nice jam from the back to make the dismount. Jack, I'm sure he stunned a lot of viewers with his very impressive performance last season, established himself as a top tier competitor, and now he's looking to make a habit of strong seasons. Just one miss up on the bubble columns. Now that he's running on Java, he's missing out on the extra block of reach Bedrock gives, which may impact him on some of the more— oh! No! Jack goes out on the diagonal transfer of V formation. And his season is already over. KAAJBE, the game show specialist, is up next, and unlike Jxojo, we are not going to be heavily pushing the game show central agenda. It is a cool server though, just join it if you want. Anyway, let's see if the ninja gym instructor can use some of that expertise to get through stage 2. Is it KAAJBE or KAAJBE? I never quite figured that one out, and hopefully he doesn't give a shit if I keep butchering his name. I'm gonna stick with KAAJBE, who just burst his way through catch and release. He went for a more methodical style on stage 1, prioritizing that sweet clear over a quick time. This stage could be a lot different for him. He's flying through the early course. Diagonal jump has been a bit of a choke point, but it looks like he's trying to skip to the last V instead. He actually gets that. I didn't think anyone would go for that. So good job, KAAJBE, coming up with some big moves. And oh, this next obstacle requires a big move at the end. Huge leap, and gets to the trapdoor. This course is getting speedrun right now. The game show expert looking for an any % clear. Doesn't look like he's confident enough to tap and land midair though, just going for the safe route, knowing he's got plenty of time to kill. Now how will he find his way around to the vine on the back? Big jump, hitting a backwards catch, the hardest and fastest method of getting there. 40 seconds left, very much on pace for the fastest time held by Piezo right now. He's putting everything into these scenarios, gotta go even further beyond for the reverse grab. And KAAJBE holds on. That man KAAJBE, he did it. The game show viewers might actually keep watching. This is a beautiful day for the game show community. The greatest showman, he moved lightning fast early on, and he might have slowed down a little later, but that wasn't gonna stop him. With more buzzers already than most participants, let's see if he can get a third on stage 3.
Yeah, so the things I was really nervous about for stage 2 was more the gimmicky stuff, because like that obstacle early in the stage where you can barely jump, like that one, like I don't do that, like I don't practice that normally, you know what I mean? And like the sledgehammer with the weeping vines, that stuff is scary. That's what I mainly use my practice time on, and I'm glad it paid off. Just had to really know, like, had to have the knowledge of how to do it correctly. And I'm glad I get to move on to stage 3, because going into this I know that time was going to be my biggest issue. I like to take my time on things, and stage 3 doesn't really have a timer, so I know it's harder, but it's really nice to not be on a time crunch and really take my time with the obstacles. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can clear.
The newcomers have been crushing the course, but we gotta show some support for the veterans too. KomaSwirls is back for attempt number 6. Can this be the one? Can he finally get out of potential man status? The Lion does not concern himself with another stage 2 fail, surely. They say 3rd time's the charm, I'm saying 5th time's the charm. I know he's cleared once before, back in season 2, but goddamn, has it been a while since he was on stage 3. And that's already one bubble columns miss. We know from the finishes that this time limit is not strict. You can afford a few mishaps here and there, just don't be a turtle, and you're probably good. Onto V formation now, just blitzing through the Vs. He gets the diagonal jump, sending everything. Oh my god, he didn't jump. Koma actually got the hard jump where Pokemon and Jack failed, then missed that. The potential man status will remain for another season. Competitor number 9 taking on stage 2 is the Dutchman, Redove. Avid Funny Wars enjoyer, game show fanboy, and the winner of a Minecraft Ninja Warrior racing event a couple of months ago. He kinda crushed stage 1 to the point where I didn't even bother showing half his run. Nothing really happened aside from him just going really fast. I mean, he got the 3rd fastest time, but he's actually toning things down now, going slow on catch and release using that burst method. Game show community, it's been dominating so far. Cam and KAAJBE already on stage 3, and plenty more strong competitors like Jxojo and Kaelan waiting in the wings. Let's see if he can get this diagonal jump, going from the edge of the ladder, sticks it. Onto the last one, do not pull the KomaSwirls, he doesn't. He's not a bum. I'm sorry, Koma, I that's really mean actually. Anyway, on to hammer drop now. How have we not seen any fails in this obstacle? These newcomers, they're just too good for that obstacle. Damn. Hammer drop, but such a killer last season, and now it is just the freest obstacle of all time. And speaking of rather free obstacles, here's the leaps of faith. Honestly, I don't really know what to say because this is kind of boring. I'm definitely removing it next season, but it's already got 2 buttons. Getting the third doesn't go for the mid-air taps, that's perfectly fine. And let's see if he can get around to the other side. Kind of low, started turning there, but it'll still catch it. And now he's got one more obstacle, 35 seconds left, falling shelves time. Ew, what the hell, he's going left. Who the hell is left near us? Okay, whatever. Bias aside, onto the reverse grab. Let's see if he can stick it. He gets it pretty easily, never in doubt. That's another rookie, heading to stage 3, lots of time remaining. Not gonna get fastest time so far, but damn. These newcomers are something else. What the fuck is happening? They're just tearing through the course. Redove moves smoothly all throughout, and hey, smooth is fast, and fast is smooth. He'll be moving on to the devilish next stage. Returning to stage 2 for their 5th appearance will be the first of the 2 all-stars in the competition, the silliest competitor around, Luna, also known as Queer Girl. She hasn't failed stage 2 in a while, and I don't think she's looking to fall in the water anytime soon. But she's never really been one to go fast despite so many competitions of experience. She typically takes a calculated and calm approach to all the obstacles, but that's all good. Speed is not that crucial on stage 2. In fact, no one's really ever been close to timing out in 7 seasons. She's seen a lot of success on this course, but she's always come up short of that last man or last woman standing spot. Second place 3 times in the past, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but luckily for her, everything past V formation she has beat before, so she is in a prime position to return to stage 3. Hammer drop, no issues, and now for everyone's favorite obstacle, the leaps of faith. There was a cut there because some camera angles were shit. I'm sure everyone loves this obstacle, so fun to attempt, so fun to watch. Who am I kidding? Everyone just goes for the same route. Wait a minute. Luna's not going for the same route. No need to backtrack. She's just going to go for the back ledge first and wrap around to the sides. That way, she's changing up the leaps of faith meta. That's what we like to see. And now, how will she get around to the back vine? Going for the Neo, clings on with ease. And now for the falling shelves. She was just one of 3 to beat it last season. Fastest time, I don't really believe is in contention, but she shouldn't have any problems for these Neos. And one more jump to go. She nearly overshoots the reverse grab, but that's all good. Plenty of time remaining. Sliding down the water slide and up the trapdoor wall. A familiar occurrence for the veteran. And Luna is back to stage 3 for her 3rd time. I'm really running out of things to commentate here because all the clears are kinda samey. Luna just did what Luna does, what can I say? With that, we've got 5 advancing to stage 3, and we've got many strong competitors still yet to run. It is time for a bizarre adventure, folks. We've got the agenda pusher, the Tetris master, the swag demon Jxojo, last man standing of season 5, and game show extraordinaire. Here's to hoping he can make a legendary return to stage 3. And he is no stranger to this type of course. It feels so fucking weird to say that he's one of the more experienced competitors now, because this dude's only been competing for 3 seasons. Jxojo's attempt on stage 2 last season was rough though, ton of misses on the bubble columns, then a complete miss with the aerial alleyway. And here he's looking more comfortable, still gotta do the upcoming tricky diagonal jump, already taking out 2 competitors. And one more leap to safety, technically 2, but he's not gonna miss the dismount like a boss, and he's out of there. Hammer time. Why did that sound effect play so early? Thank you, Ping. He survived a version of this back in season 5. No! The jump did not have enough distance. It is a pretty big gap. You want that momentum jump to be on the edge, and unfortunately that did not happen. Jxojo has topped out on stage 2 once again. God, I am really hoping this music doesn't get the video banned in Russia again. Shouts to anime soundtracks for always having the best music for runs though. Like, have you heard the Jujutsu Kaisen soundtrack? Well, you're listening to it right now, and it's fucking sick, let me tell you. Anyway, let's see if first name Kaelan, last name Parkour can be the main character of Minecraft Ninja Warrior by clearing this stage, and the rest, I don't think I need to explain who this guy is. Wow, he's flying through the course thus far, even did the KAAJBE tech. And well, his friend KAAJBE has the fastest time right now. It's very possible he could be looking to beat it. Off from the hammer, unprecedented pace so far. 4 obstacles down in 35 seconds flat. He must have thought his stage 1 run was too slow because he is putting on a clinic so far. And he's just so confident in his aim as well, utilizing that to save even more time with the mid-air taps. Gonna bypass the front ledge and sends it straight to the back, catching it, well, behind his back. He actually has enough time to grab a full-ass meal and still clear. Hell, he could even beat the stage 2 speed record, which is 30 seconds left by KomaSwirls in season 2. We all knew he was landing that reverse grab, come on, no doubt in anyone's mind. Can he go up the trapdoor wall quick enough to take the speed record? He fumbles the jump up twice. I don't think it would have mattered. I think he just falls short either way. But what a run from Kaelan. He ripped through obstacle after obstacle with zero chill. He had the most trouble with the climb up to the buzzer. That is insane. Kaelan Parkour is advancing to stage 3 with the fastest time so far. Before we take a look at the final runner, 2 more speedsters took their chance on stage 2. D95 from Funny Wars took the fastest time on stage 1 ever back in episode 1, and that lightning quick pace extended here on this course. He blitzed through V formation and the hammer drop and was looking like a surefire clear until some close calls on the leaps of faith left a little bit of doubt. With half a minute, he started his journey on the falling shelves, wrapping around the left side and catching the reverse grab, finishing just after the klaxon went off. Orangelisted also dabbles in Funny Wars, but also has a lot of experience with game shows and MCC Island, though his run got off to a very rocky start. He knew he needed to pick up the pace and tore through the next few obstacles, leaving no room for error. Then he took a page out of Cam's book, using the under grab. With friends KAAJBE and Kaelan observing, Orange hit the reverse grab with ease, punching his ticket to stage 2 and becoming the astonishing 8th clear. Of course, there's still one more competitor yet to face stage 2, and we're saving the best for last. Sam P's 710, Samuel freaking Peters, the Garfield guy, back to this stage for his 5th attempt, like Cam and Luna, both already through to stage 3, and he's faced more success on this stage than both of them, only failing here once a few seasons ago in a bloodbath of a competition, season 5. He's always had the quickest time on stage 2, always been so consistent, always been so precise on this stage, but with Kaelan's extremely quick, nearly record-shattering run, that fastest time this season is going to be hard to beat. Making his way through V formation with a unique approach, getting no momentum for any jump there. And the hammer drop, it was a demon he conquered last season after failing it before. Let's see if he can reconquer that. I don't think that's a word, but he'll do it anyway. He's always just so smooth when it comes to anything technical. And now for the leaps of faith. Oh man, I have so much to say about this obstacle. That's a fucking lie. Sam the man, does he have a plan? Probably. Can he do it? Yes he can. If he can't, then honestly he's a fraud, because who is failing this obstacle? 10 out of 10 competitors who made it here have beat the leaps of faith, and Sam will make it 11 for 11. But the falling shelves, it doesn't have as good of a record this season. 8 have cleared. Can Sam be the 9th? He's approaching the reverse grab now. Stand strong and land the catch with everything you have. And to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Sam is making it back to stage 3 as a damn cat in the water. Wow, I am in shock. I can't believe Sam cleared again. It is a miracle, folks. Screw the replay. We're just gonna head over to stage 3 right now. So with all the stage 2 clears, we're seeing a phenomenal 9 athletes on stage 3. Kaelan's exceptional run granted him the fastest time, whilst fellow newcomers KAAJBE, Piezo, and Redove follow. Making it to stage 3 for the first time in 7 seasons is Cam, and next fastest are Sam and Luna, here for their 4th and 3rd times respectively. Rounding out this stacked field of finishers are Stage 1 Speedsters, D95 and Orangelisted. This course though is by far the hardest in this competition. Kicking off this borderline impossible test of precision and skill will be the People's Champion, GoodMorninCam. The Flip Rodriguez of the community finally here after so many crushing fails, but after all this time, he's arrived. Can Cam the man forge a path to glory? There is no time limit for stage 3 here, it's all about survival. And starting it off are the ice picks. Glass Pane Neos initiating things, weeding out the frauds, the unworthy. If you can't do Neos, what are you doing here on stage 3? He's traversing across the picks very nicely. The first 4 are free for any athlete of this caliber, but on the last you've got to do that Vent Neo right there. Cam, he's done it though. He's done 1 obstacle out of 8, and following the ice picks is something never seen before, Time Bomb. Timing is everything for the obstacle, I mean it's in the name after all, and if you can't time your jumps to the clicks, it's a long fall into the water below. That final transition's pretty far, and Cam swings through, no rest, into Slam Dunk. It's been here since the start. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam! Avoiding getting benched by the coach, and his next challenge is the big one. Cliffhanger Genesis. Only one man has survived this colossal test of skill, and it starts with the ultimate cliffhanger ledges into the shin cliffhanger, which he does. He gets the flip to the hanging boards, now the big sideways jump, no! And that's how Cam's season finally ends. The sideways transfer has been nerfed from last season, but Cam didn't move to the side enough and hit the edge of the ladder. A poetic end to his brilliant season. 1 down, 8 to go. The second athlete to take on this behemoth of a stage 3 will be the only sprint elite, Piezo. Going into this season as a newcomer, I had zero idea who she was. I had no idea how good she would be, but she has had an exceptional rookie season thus far. We've seen her great speed in the previous 2 stages. Does she have the precision for this one? Well, speed isn't needed to clear this stage, but in the event that nobody can get through stage 3, the last man standing, or in Piezo's case, the last woman standing, will be determined by the furthest fastest. So if nobody can achieve total victory, I guess I can give whoever has the best result $10 or something. Already through the ice picks, now on Time Bomb. Piezo in the PA zone. Oh, fuck, that was so bad, I'm so sorry. She is timing these very well. Far jump now, gets that with a triple jam technique, I think. Maybe it was a double jam. Cam, he got through Slam Dunk in 51 seconds. Piezo, definitely on pace to beat that, getting through in just 41. And it is cliffing time, right into it. She's just been moving at breakneck speeds, treating this course like a speed course. Had trouble getting up the first part, but luckily that's not failable. Downwards jump, grabbing high on the ledge, immediately sends a flip. Now the nerfed sideways jump. She holds on. Piezo halfway through the cliffhanger Genesis, making each and every move comfortably. Taking a while to duck under the overhang, finally moving under. But she is approaching the moving ledge inspired by the ultra crazy cliffhanger, and she told me she was very worried about this particular move. Timing must be perfect. Piezo holds on. All that's left is to climb across the final ledge, but it can be tough with the board constantly moving. She's taking the utmost care to not slip off. Moving very slowly, holding that shift key for dear life. Finally through. God, that took a while. And it looks like she's gonna send it from the highest point, the apex. Piezo is the second to complete the Genesis. Reminded that that is only half of the course. And now she's dealing with Double Dragon, a dance of fire and ice. You gotta work your way past a ton of ice and magma jumps, but many of the ice jumps have massive gaps between them. 1 ticks from the front of that trapdoor, efficient but risky, and you need perfect momentum for this jump. Oh! I thought she had the momentum, what happened? Well, right before landing on the block, Piezo thought she had the distance and turned to adjust her momentum for the next jump, only to come up short. A costly blunder that will be the end of a fantastic rookie season. We just had one speedster take on stage 3, and now it's time for even more speed. Here we've got D95 from Funny Wars, the current stage 1 speed record holder. We know he's got the quickness, we know he's got the agility, but does he have the precision to survive stage 3? This isn't D95's first time on a stage 3 course. He actually reached stage 3 twice in another competition's Star Challenge, and he's wasting no time leaping between the ice picks. Look at that man go. He is moving through with no fear, done with one obstacle in 15 seconds. Holy schnitzel. He's turning stage 3 into a speed course, and for this guy, every course is a speed course. The time bomb's mechanics. Oh, shit, he's done. It's just over for D95 from Funny Wars already. Maybe speed was his downfall after all. He jumped too early and plummeted a long way down. That is a shockingly early exit for the speed demon. Numero Runner Quattro on stage 3 is another stage 1 speed demon, business student Orangelisted. He came into this season determined to make a reputation for himself, and he's certainly done that as one of the 6 elite newcomers to get this far. Can this talented rookie become the first to win it all? We just saw fellow speed demon D95 go too fast a moment ago, and we know that speed is a killer on this course. Orangelisted did tell me that they think they're pretty good with this precision style of course though, so hopefully these obstacles are in their ballpark. He's not going nearly as fast as D95, but maybe that's for the best. And he's through the ice picks, 1 obstacle down, 7 more to go. Into Time Bomb, where the stage 1 speed record holder just fell. Every jump on this one has to be perfect. He's lagging a little bit, maybe that's my OBS, I can't quite tell. But hopefully the lag, whether it be his or mine, doesn't affect him. And he's through Time Bomb, onto the resting bar, straight into Slam Dunk. The basketballs are the same color as Orangelisted's skin. Is he a baller? Yes, he is. Staring down the cliffhanger Genesis, he knows that every jump must be perfect here. And if he wants to be the current last man standing, he'll not only have to beat the Genesis, but do it faster than Piezo, who cleared it in 1:45. He's on the Shin cliffhanger now. This downwards drop is deceptively far, but Orangelisted will stick it. Flip across, now for the sideways transfer. He doesn't want that jump. Gonna line it up again, and he gets it. Orangelisted now has to duck under this ledge. Piezo's time is creeping up fast. I really doubt he'll be able to beat the Genesis in a quicker time, so he'll have to beat Double Dragon for last man standing if he can even get there. Finally schmoovin' under the ledge. Now the big reach up. Orangelisted getting that. This final jump, he has to make it when the ledge is at its lowest point. The ultra crazy cliffhanger jump from Sasuke. Orangelisted hangs on. He's on the final ledge now. All he needs to do is get under and get out of this obstacle. Spending a lot of time trying to get to the other side, finally working his way under. Wrap around the fence, get under the iron trap door, and get perched on that last ledge. He's spending a lot of time here. Might be shaking out in real life right now. He's still holding on. Gonna have to wait another cycle for the jump. Surely takes it on this one. And now it gets interesting. He's halfway through the course and the Double Dragon is such a choke point. Nobody's actually completed this version of it before, but he's looking way more comfortable here than on the cliffhanger. Oh, he's taking a lot of magma ticks right here. A lot of magma damage ticks, that's what I mean. Whatever. Now for this jump, Piezo fell here. He's past Piezo, but he still has to clear the obstacle to be the last man standing. One more jump to the resting bar, and he'll get that. Orangelisted is currently the last man standing, but he's not done. He's far from finished. Kaelan is up next. This is a raw test of accuracy. There is not much standing room on any of these canes. That one you're meant to wrap around, but instead he head hits the jump. Very smart tactic, minimizing risk, and he's about halfway through this obstacle. I don't know how many cane moves you have to make. I think it's like 12 or something. Making every single one of these though is a demanding task. Orangelisted is looking good. He's looking strong. The final jump is a forced turnaround. He's onto the dungeon. We haven't seen this obstacle attempted since Season 4. We didn't see Kaelan attempted since then either, but who gives a shit? Nobody failed that. That's a free obstacle. The dungeon has a different legacy though. Only Sam has completed it, and even then, he also failed it previously. You gotta climb the first board and flip it around like Orangelisted just did. Vertical becomes horizontal. These footholds become nunchucks, and the nunchucks are tough to get through, but that's not even the hardest part. It's the final jump at the end here, the door. Can he do it? Can Orangelisted get on the other side? Does he have the strength? He's got it! One more obstacle. Hold. Catch your breath. Settle your nerves. I should do the same actually. I've been commentating for almost 5 fucking minutes. But this is the slime hooks. 5 flicks, 4 slimes, 1 buzzer, eagerly waiting to be hit at the end. He is taking a hell of a long time to rest. My voice is dead. Then again, I'd do something like this in a comp if I was competing. So when is he gonna make a move? See, he's gonna do it now? Nope. Okay. Surely he doesn't now. There we go. 1 flick down. The first 2 are easy. He gets the second flick. And now, the triple flick. 1 final transfer. He knows what he must do. He knows the hill. He must climb. Let's go Orangelisted. 1 flick. 2 more. No! Orangelisted! He was so close. He was phenomenal on the course. But when he missed that right side flick, he knew it was over. An amazing journey comes to a harrowing end for Orangelisted. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Damn, that is heartbreaking. But next up is a friend of Orangelisted, the Flying Dutchman Redove. I'm calling him that because, well, he's Dutch, and also because he's flown through the previous stages. How will he perform on a stage where speed is far less necessary? We're about to find out. 3rd fastest time on stage 1, 4th fastest on stage 2. Redove has been killing it on this season. Why are you taking that Neo? You can just skip that, because only the 3rd Ice Pick Neo is forced. He's gonna do it again, he's just showing off at this point. But Redove, definitely a dark horse contender, because he just made the 1st and 2nd stages look so easy. And back in the 2nd Game Show Central Racing event, which he won, he was able to try modified versions of some obstacles, including the salmon ladder, warp wall, and slime hooks. That previous practice could help him out on stage 3. He's kind of lagging. Hold up. Kind of in a sticky situation, but getting out of there without a scrape. He beat Top by 1 tick in the final race of that event. I would have liked to see him compete this season as well, but there's always next time. Straight into the cliffhanger Genesis, Redove looking like he wants to get through this course as quickly as possible. Why not savor the moment? Come on, man. It's not every day you're on a stage 3 course. Now for this transfer, you can't land on top of the ladder, gotta cling onto the side, and Redove gets that. Flying Dutchman flying through the cliffhanger, getting under the ledge with a little bit of difficulty, but not as much difficulty as some of the other competitors. He's up to the moving ultra crazy cliffhanger transfer, immediately sending it and latching on. Holy schnitzel, Redove is going all out at an extremely quick pace. He's kind of like D95 treating this stage like a speed course, except Redove, he's got the skill to back it up. And he's halfway through the course already, progressing devilishly. I don't even think he made the dismount from the highest point on the cliffhanger. That's just how confidently he's moving. We've got hopes and dreams playing, and you know that Redove is looking to fulfill some hopes and dreams by hitting the buzzer at the end of stage 3, and he's nearly out of Double Dragon, making it just look so easily. Gets past the jump that Sam fell on back in season 6, and up to Cane Lane. Normally in real life, you'd just be moving a single cane down the tracks, but I couldn't be bothered coding all that a few seasons ago. Hey, this raw precision obstacle probably fits more on this stage anyway. Just the same tech as Orangelisted there hitting his head. This obstacle, it's chokeable, but athletes of this caliber probably aren't gonna drop here, even on this final section where every jump is very far apart. Wraps around about a minute ahead of Orangelisted pace, and he links into the dungeon. Redove playing a risky game, not a single worry in the world for the Flying Dutchman. He's going so fast, but he's looking locked in. and he could be the third to survive this obstacle. Getting here is a daunting task, but Redove blitzing through everything, looking like he could potentially clear the course. Onto the door, instantly wraps around and locks on! Redove is currently the last man standing. He's gonna chill for a bit. Gonna take some time to calm the nerves. Never mind, he's going for it. First flick down. He hits the second. Now the triple just sends it. Oh, no! What? He missed the last lever. Redove just fucking ripped it. And even got the right side flick that Orangelisted couldn't. But he couldn't get the high flick. Two competitors back to back. Out on the last obstacle. What is happening? The slime hooks are finally doing damage after 7 seasons, and hoping to break this streak of tragic falls is the greatest showman, KAAJBE. Arguably the people's champion of the Minecraft game show community, I'm sure there's quite a few people watching who want this man to win it all. Can KAAJBE become the first Minecraft Ninja Warrior? Alright, let's go KAAJBE. He did say in his stage 2 interview that he was looking forward to taking a shot on this stage because there's no pressure of a time limit. And that's something we definitely have in common. I am more of a precision guy myself than a speed guy when it comes to competing and stuff like this. Hey, he did the ice pick skip. Only took 6 runners. You don't have to do that Neo. It's a pretty hard jump, but KAAJBE, he risked it all and went for it. Mad respect. Looking a little bit cautious on time bomb, sizing it up. These jumps have to be so perfect. I know I've said that a bunch, but I can't emphasize that enough because this obstacle is deceivingly hard. Final jump, sends it, got it. Get out of there, cutting it a little bit close for comfort on that final bomb. Now he's on to slam dunk. Is KAAJBE a baller? Honestly, he seems like a sports fan. I could be wrong, so he probably is a baller. First transfer down, come on slam, welcome to the jam, gets the second, 3 obstacles down in 1 minute, and he's gonna chalk up the first athlete to do so this season. Of course, the Ninja Gym instructor would be the one to know how important chalking up is. That is chalk, by the way, that is absolutely chalk, contrary to what other substance you may think it is. It's looking a bit hesitant on this first shin cliffhanger jump, gets it though, downwards drop. Less hesitant, sticks that too. Now he's got to flip across, that's an easy jump. This one has been very easy for most competitors that aren't Cam, and KAAJBE getting that. Now he's got to transfer across. He's actually moving pretty quickly through the cliffhanger. One more jump until the moving ledge face to face. The greatest showman putting on a great performance. He knows the timing he must hit, but it looks like he's gonna wait one more rotation. One more rotation for glory. He's hanging on. 2 minutes in, still must work his way across this last board, which is tough to do when it's constantly moving. It's a real struggle to try to get under, and he's finally going to make his move right now. Do not slip off. Don't slip off after getting past everything so far. That would be so sad. The dismount is all that remains for the Genesis. Can KAAJBE make it safely? He's halfway through the course. Yeah, after all of that, that's the halfway point. Congrats, you beat one of the hardest obstacles in Minecraft Ninja history, and you've still got this clusterfuck of a back half. Oh no! KAAJBE is down! Just like that! The showman was looking like one of the contenders to finally conquer the stage, but that ice jump didn't have enough momentum, and a favorite falls in the blink of an eye. Well, he was just on the sidelines cheering KAAJBE on, but now it's his turn on the course. The man who really likes parkour, Kaelan. If there was any newcomer you knew would be making it here, it had to be this guy. Glaze aside, he's alright at parkour, I guess. But does he have what it takes to survive stage 3? Well, Kaelan would have done a lot of event parkour with similar-ish jumps, and he holds the fastest time for Zero Miner's Pure Pain Marathon Challenge, which is some of the toughest parkour maps on that server all in a row. he shouldn't be a stranger to a lot of the types of obstacles on this course. Time Bomb though, it might be an unfamiliar challenge. You don't see moving or timing based obstacles like this one in events or on servers. And he's approaching this far jump downwards now. Double jam, getting it, hopping onto the resting bar. And now for slam dunk. No one's had any trouble with this one so far. Is Kaelan a baller? He jumped really early, almost mistiming the first transition. That could have been disastrous, but the second is better. And like KAAJBE, he will be chalking up. He knows the importance of maintaining that Minecraft grip strength, but this is the obstacle that so many are worried about. If there was any newcomer familiar with tricky ladder and vine ledges though, it would be Kaelan. You'd imagine he'd have an idea of the necessary timings and distances for each of these transitions. Look at that, making that sideways transfer with such ease and precision. Big reach up, shouldn't be an issue, just gonna force momentum. Will he go for the jump on this cycle? He's gonna wait. Kaelan playing it safe now, probably shaking out in real life now, and he perfectly times it. He likes to go as early as possible with anything timing related. Right now, Redove was off the cliffhanger Genesis and into the double dragon, so if Kaelan wants to be the last man standing, he'll have to either beat Redove's pace to the slime hooks or clear stage 3. Spending a lot of time on that final ledge, holding down that shift key, refusing to let go. And he's off, cheering to the crowd. This is where the fun begins for Kaelan Parkour. Double Dragon though just took out his mate KAAJBE, and he's looking to avenge him. It was on this jump right here, this single block of momentum down. Kaelan, playing it cautious, knows how deadly this jump can be, but he'll stick it. No one seems to be going for the 5-block ice jump, which is faster but very risky. And for good reason, that jump is something you might not want to be taking on a stage 3 precision course. Second big ice jump down, gets that too. And now, for the jump that Sam failed, the magma jump across, don't get damage ticked, gets that. Kaelan should be out of there, one more jump to the resting bar, and he's on to Kane Lane. Redove reached the slime hooks in about 3 minutes and 5 seconds. That pace is severely out of range for Kaelan. So, for the best result, he'll have to do what only one— No! He's out! On the jump to the 4th cane, Kaelan Parkour falls short. Though he was taking his time and being cautious, he looked comfortable on every obstacle before Kane Lane, where he just underestimated the jump. Another fail out of nowhere, and we're down to the final 2.
Man, stage 3 was so scary. I had fun. I mean, it's parkour. I'm always gonna have fun doing it. So even though I didn't make it to the end, I still had a good time. I was next to my good old friend KAAJBE the whole time. So we were like holding hands the whole time playing this. It was freaking epic. I'd seek redemption. Like I know I can probably beat the 3rd stage if I locked in a bit harder. I kind of goofed up. I failed a jump I didn't expect to fail. It just kind of happens. But hey man, it just means I didn't peak at the start. I have rooms for improvement. Better to start at the bottom than the top.
All that's left are the 2 all-stars of Minecraft Ninja Warrior, the King and the Queen. And the Queen will be stepping up to the challenge first. Luna Queer Girl, back on stage 3 for attempt 3, and I would say 3rd time's the charm, but that hasn't worked out for a lot of athletes this season. She's the first of the final 9 to have experience on this stage. Can she show the newcomers how it's done? First time on stage 3, she had a slip up on Slam Dunk. Second time, couldn't hang on to the cliffhanger Genesis. Not the best track record for her, but since her fall last season, she's been training a lot for all aspects of this ruthless competition. Does a lot of parkour on HoloCube, has some of the most map completions on that server, and her ability to make all these necessary precise jumps should be greatly improved. She takes a methodical approach no matter the course. Since season 1, she's been a top competitor, 6 appearances, and getting to this stage on half of those is wild. She's going through time bomb pretty easily. Good technique, getting momentum on the side there. Doing that to avoid hitting her head on the rings, because you can do that, though we haven't seen anyone to it. Slam dunk now. Luna's the only person ever to fall here, but she proves she's not a bench warmer. No need for the chalk, right into the cliffhanger Genesis. Doing the shin cliffhanger now. Stumped her a little bit last time, took a while to get there. And gets the flip across. Now the sideways transfer, the nerf one. This is the furthest she's ever made it on stage 3. Luna killing it so far. Halfway through the Genesis. Hesitant with this easy flip over. That's all good. Now the reach up. Force momentum's that. This is the big flip over. Sends it. Got it. Do not let go now. Hold on for dear life, because this ledge is tricky to get through. We've seen a lot of competitors just be so cautious on this final ledge because they know they're so close to making it out alive. They know that one mistake is all it takes to drop into the water and their season is over. Luna getting onto that last ledge, perched there, waiting for the right timing, sends it, gets it. After 3 seasons, she's reached the halfway point, joining this elite group of competitors to all get to the back half. But on the Double Dragon, every jump is a choke point. We've seen 3 athletes in the past fall on wildly different areas. Luna, gotta survive this. Looks like she'll be the first to not leap directly to the next magma block there. Really trying to avoid every possible instance of getting damage ticked. Perfect momentum needed, perfect momentum gets it. Now for the final one, no need to force momentum from the back, avoiding getting damage ticked that whole time. And resting on the final ice block now, taking that time for some deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, you've still got a ways to go. Even with that rest, she's reached Kaelan with a faster time than Kaelan, meaning she's currently sitting in 3rd overall at the bottom of the podium. But we all know she wants more. Luna might be used to tasting silver, but now she wants a taste of gold more than anything. Kaelan, you've got to be so precise. Any sort of slip off of one of these tiny footholds would be devastating. Going for the same method as Orangelisted and Redove with the head hitter technique there. Getting across about halfway through the canes, spending a lot of time here. Luna not wanting to make any mistake. And now she's trying to get a perfect angle, taking every measure to avoid missing the next cane. She's lining this up for a hell of a long time. Really does not want to fall more than anything right now. Come on, Luna, please. Make the jump. It's like, what, a 4 down 1? Okay, there we go. She gets it. That took a heck of a long time. We're 4 minutes in, folks. Just to clarify, Redove made it to the last obstacle in about 3 minutes. Orangelisted got there in 4:15-ish. Luna a whole obstacle behind Orange's slower pace, so no matter if she gets to the last obstacle, she will be in 3rd. The only path to last woman standing is an unprecedented clear. And she's face to face with the dungeon, another rest for the queen. 2 have already survived this once impossible barrier, and she's hoping to be the 3rd. Climbing up that first wall rather quickly, the final Dawn Neo was so difficult in the past. The competitors have just improved in parkour so much over the years. On the second board, like Kaelan, there's such little room on each of these nunchucks. Hanging on to the last couple of holds, getting the last couple of jumps, don't fall now. Now on the last hold, this is a big drop down. She lands on the door. Can she do it? Can Luna do the deadly door jump? And Luna lands it! Surprising even herself there. 1 obstacle remains. It's been more than 5 minutes. Please don't miss. Please don't make this run all for nothing. That would be soul crushing. Taking another break to gather all of her thoughts, visualize every move, lock the fuck in. Luna is ready. There's the first flick. There's the second. Now the double flick, diving head first. She hits them all! Luna has become the second to complete stage 3 and will be climbing for the title of the first Minecraft Ninja Warrior. She can't believe it either. This is incredible. The first half of the course was a breeze for the queen. She slowed down for the back half, enduring obstacle after obstacle, and on the slime hooks, her aim was perfect. We'll be seeing her take on the final stage, but before that, we've got one more athlete to go. 63 competitors have fallen into the waters of Mount Shockbite. 2 stayed dry but failed anyway, and 1 is climbing for total victory. All that's left on stage 3 is the king, the 3-time last man standing, Samuel Peters. On his first attempt, he was trapped in the dungeon. On his second, he claimed victory, and on his third, he was bested by the dragons. Now he's here for attempt 4. Can the legend become immortal? Unlike most seasons, Sam might not be the last overall runner, but if he can defeat stage 3 and join Luna on the final stage, he will be. He's by far the most experienced with this course. He's completed a version of every obstacle here except the new time bomb, but some of these obstacles, particularly ones in the back half, have been modified since his dominant performance in Season 4. He is the builder for some of the parkour games for the Chamber Trials Minecraft event, which some athletes throughout the season are testers for or have played in it, as well as the owner themselves. Slam Dunk now crouching to the edge because he knows he can clear that gap. He went really early on the first transition and nearly missed times, but the second dunk is a lot smoother, and it's cliffing time for the final time this season, getting to this point extremely quickly. Sam was the only person last season to survive the cliffhanger genesis, and now that sideways transfer has been nerfed, he shouldn't have a problem with it. He's beat the cliffhanger 3 times, the only competitor with more than 1 cliffhanger clear. A little bit of lag there, but the upwards reach is all the same. Samuel freaking Peters is grabbing onto that final ledge on quite a similar pace to Redove, who reached the back half in about a minute 40. This is an electrifying performance thus far. Getting through this ledge rather slowly now. He's not going to be able to match Redove's pace, but that's fine. You don't need to get to the end right now to be the last man standing. You need to clear. He's really struggling to get under that second iron trapdoor, finally getting through. Going to take one more cycle on the final ledge just to settle the nerves a little before making his way to the back half. Sam is the 7th competitor to beat the Genesis this season, but here's the first obstacle that might give him some trouble because he couldn't get through it last season. Double Dragon has already eliminated Piezo and KAAJBE, and getting through would net him a top 5 spot. He's sitting in 6th right now behind Piezo. He beat the cliffhanger a little bit quicker, and he beats the jump that she missed. Now this one was his downfall last time. Sam avoids getting damage ticked. He last attempted Kaelan all the way back in Season 3, but the version he faced all that time ago had larger footholds and was significantly shorter. The number of canes since that version he attempted has about doubled, and he's not going to go for the head hitter. He's going to wrap around this cane like the normal way, the intended method. This course is just so brutal. The mental fortitude to overcome everything in your path is simply insane. We've never seen runs of these lengths in any previous season. Just having to fight through everything without a single mistake for upwards of 3 to 5 minutes is crazy. And he's back to the dungeon for a 3rd try, where his first ever stage 3 attempt ended. Ascending that first wall quickly and smoothly, gonna make that transfer backwards, an interesting technique. And Sam's works his way across these nunchucks twice before. His layout is a bit different from what he's been through though. That doesn't faze him. Up to the door jump again, making that look so easy. The final competitor on the slime hooks, and he's just sending it. Sam P with the opportunity for redemption. He right-clicked on fucking air. And Sam's season is over. All of his demons from past seasons were vanquished, he slayed the dragons, he escaped the dungeon, but with 2 demons defeated, a new one emerged, and now there is just 1 competitor remaining. So here we are on the final stage, the second time we're here across 7 seasons. Last time we were here was season 4, where Sam came close but slipped off the rope. But now, it's a different challenger looking to conquer the tower. She was one of the first to compete, and she's faced an uphill battle to get here. Your last woman standing, the queen of Minecraft Ninja Warrior, Luna! The pressure is on. 3 obstacles, 45 seconds on the clock. Reach for the stars. And there's the starting gun. The final stage begins with speed climbing, a giant wall of ladders. No tricks, no gimmicks, just pure— She slipped! 10 seconds in, Luna's already made a costly mistake. And that'll set her back massively. She must move absolutely perfectly, maybe more than perfectly, to reach the top in time. Half her time has expired and she's only now up to the Iron Summit. A trapdoor death trap, a macro would be so useful here. She's definitely picking up the pace, but she needs to accelerate more if she wants to make it. 10 seconds left. Horsing her way to the top and starting her ascent on the final rope. She must be perfect. Go, Luna! Go! She's done it! With 9/100ths of a second left, Luna has made the impossible possible and conquered Minecraft Ninja Warrior. Redeeming the early fall with a lightning fast Iron Summit descent and a perfect rope climb, she never gave up on winning it all. The first to achieve total victory and become a grand champion is the Queen. Hey y'all, Wizzy here. It's been almost 2 years since I started this competition, and back then, I didn't think a second season, let alone a 7th season, would happen. I actually intended for season 3 to be the final season, with somebody winning it all. But surprise, I made the course too hard, and I just kinda kept going. But I don't regret that at all. I've met so many amazing people through making this event. Cameron, you were the first to join who I didn't know before starting this up, and your compliments and expressions of how much you enjoyed competing really drove me to improve. Kori, Frog, Jack, and Swerve, you all inspired this competition in the first place, and without you, Minecraft Ninja Warrior would have been long gone by now. You all worked so hard to make your competition shine, and that's pushed me to do the same. Jxojo, thank you for introducing me to the game show community, where I've met so many brilliant people, including yourself. Prythium, Lyxite, Lastfire, and Clutch, you all made this event better no matter the contribution, whether it be through moderating, building, testing, or responding to feedback. I'm so glad I'm friends with you guys. And to everyone who's competed, to everyone who's joined this growing community, and to everyone who's watched these videos, thank you. Thank you for making this event shine. See you in Season 8.